Yes. This is the last segment of the year. And la utlamos. Honale vibe. Never itse hore ra itswalla show fanda. We gonna be looking at what's up? Hey, I'm not alone. I am with Miss T. I am with Kelvin, Mr. Khafarlek. Look, ke ba fenyana bare mantsunyana mabedi a mararo. Miss T.
Dumalang, hello, hi, what it do?
Hi, hello.
Hey. Look, apart from the vibe, it's fire. We look at the past week's results. That Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Mavani, Lehona. No, I can tell you now. Black Leopards is leading against Moroka Swallows. Ariti, if I'm beating Rokotea Wanaya Fela Fanda. It's how many are ready robo utabile because Laminzo mus kile sandawana and also we've got another game about King Chippa United le AmaZulu. First game Benny Makadi. Look, Rotobelela Benny later on. But I know the statile strong yan, but are fokotse hanyan obo Sundowns. We know they've requested for the game midweek to be postponed. TX. Now, another thing reading is that it was denied by the PSL, which a lot of people were angry. I would say, including myself.
The whole football fraternity, they were angry. Not only Sundowns fans, but the rest of the football-loving people, they were angry with this decision.
So now, I don't know, guys. Does it have to do with the fact that the family and Sundowns haven't come out officially to say RIP?
I think it's a little unfair that they chose not to postpone the game, because if La Hopola in 2014, when Senzo passed away, the entire PSL program was at a standstill. Maybe they didn't postpone because they're waiting for confirmation.
I think Sundowns, they are unfair with Sundowns. Maybe, remember, all the Lions, they are not equal. So, I wouldn't check Sundowns. Because Pirates were postponing Sundowns. I don't want to 10 days. Like, come on, where will you get that 10 days before? This thing happened on Sunday, and then Sundowns requested for postponement on Monday. Then they should have done this for 10 days before. How possible is that? Did they know they will have this scenario or accident? Like it's unfair to Sundowns, and then it's unfair to football-loving people, because like everyone was hurt. Even if you are close with Madisha, you are close with Sundowns or not, but you were hurt because we lost a Bafana player, we lost a young and promising player in South Africa. So he deserves all the respect.
Yeah, because you know the thing is, what I don't understand is that let's say for argument's sake that the reason why the PSL didn't postpone is because Sundowns and the family haven't officially said he has passed on. But now, when their family actually does say it's official, it's like this. But then people would have dealt with their grief.
Yeah.
So then, if PSL postpones game Kopeli, I think it's gonna be futile. Like it's gonna be like no, but when it happened then, it had to be postponed then because players were emotional. They lost a friend, they lost a colleague, and now later on, and we can see it's now a week later, and we still don't know. It might take 2 weeks, it might take 3 weeks. Are then PSL going to postpone games Kopil or Lebo Nabato and Apabara? Well, 3 weeks later, so then it will come back to the PS and say, why didn't you postpone initially then?
Like this thing, regardless of the family confirming or Sundowns confirming, man, we lost a player.
Yeah.
The player, a friend, and a colleague.
Yeah.
So those players, they were emotional. You can imagine how those players who wake up every day, go to training. Remember, footballers, they spend a lot of time together. Unlike you at work, you don't spend a lot of time with your colleagues. But footballers, they are more like a family. So you can imagine what was going through in Sundowns players' minds on Tuesday. Like, man, we didn't even expect a win on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Honestly, we didn't expect a win because we knew what our players were going through. Like, you can go through the social media, those boys, they were hurt. Even the coaches were hurt. So PSL played a dirty game on Sundowns. That's it.
But it seems Ukare, it's always a thing. Like PSL somewhere somehow, there's something about Toyetang and you're like, but why? Babo? I mean, this I can say it's very unlike sportsmanship. Ntoba it's saying PSL. It's even a Bafana player. You know, I don't even have to say who it's even a Bafana player. Just in general, a player passing on, there should be some empathy, sympathy to say, you know what, you're going through this. And come Kurublang, you know, it's one of these things that we're always going to go back to that, to say, you speak about Senzo. Ne? Senzo is a Pirates player. The chairman of the PSL is also an owner of Pirates. And then every game, not that Pirate.
NFD, including NFD, imagine. Not just PSL, not just PSL, but even the NFD team games were postponed. So it's something that we should ask ourselves for. What's happening with our leadership in the league? Because something, you know, it comes back to that to the fact that it's wrong. Or PSL owners, team owners, maybe in the leadership of our league, of our organization. Like,
it should be unethical.
Like, where in the world do we see these things happening? In England, you'll never see that. In the whole Europe, the whole Africa, but in South Africa, we have PSL owners leading our organization. So it means again, Sundowns, and then some again is for the interest of their team. Sundowns are very abuser, guys. Let's be honest. Sundowns is abusing the whole PSL.
Well, look, regardless of this thing, because we did speak about the fact that it's unethical what they're doing, ne? And look, one thing I did say, whenever everything happens in the league, you'll always find a situation where we're going to look at, this one is the owner and he owns this club and that's why this is happening.
It will always be like that. It will always be like that. As long as they're still in charge, it will always be like that.
Well, look, moving on, because Tabaye emotional, we're not going to finish. We spoke about the results. Sundowns won. Are there any surprising results that we saw midweek? Because I think deep down, obviously, Sundowns playing, you were like, Nkabele young performance, and it was actually good. Bobo, it was way better. And then you look at other performances, which, I mean, we can't avoid Naturena.
Yeah. You just saw us. Is there any result that was surprising? That one was surprising.
Was it though? I mean, okay, let me say this. So, Kelvin, some might be surprised. Kelvin actually, he said that Kaizer Chiefs, it will draw, it got lose. But we all know what happened.
Joe, like, I was hopeful or not came. SuperSport, it's not playing well. Their coach is not convincing enough. That guy doesn't have a game plan. SuperSport, they don't have a structure. And then Chiefs doesn't have a structure as well. So, yeah. So I expected Chiefs to come back, to come on top from that game. So, guys, I was surprised. Halftime, Kune 1 assist already. And then what's happening? Second half, 2-0. Guys.
Look, Chiefs is there for the picking. I did say this. They must sort out their defense. Wabana, let's link yesterday's game. We know midweek Nelly Kune, Maban Nelly Okpei. Chiefs looked more solid than the game on Wednesday. And I think it has to do, as an attacking player, when you know who the person behind you has it sorted, then you have that confidence. You get what I mean?
On that one, I'm going to disagree with you. Because I know where you're going. You want? Like, but I think what you are saying is you want to say Chiefs when they have Kune, the players they are more relaxed because they don't have a keeper.
No, I'm actually saying, Huri, with Kune being there, now normally Chiefs fans before, like, I get it, Kune was injured. So they used to say, Huri, they need Kune, he's a captain who's going to marshal the defense. He's not doing that. Okpe is the one that's marshalling the defense. Chiefs is more solid when you have Okpe than when you have Kune. And that's why I say, Huri, look, we saw an entertaining side of Kaizer Chiefs yesterday when they were attacking. Ne? And what was interesting, what I saw with the formation, ne? So you had Agay playing that Katsande position, ne? And then you had Ngobo playing on the left, you had Blom playing on the right, wabo? And then you had Manyama and Billard on the wings and Castro as the striker. That shape looks good, especially when they have the ball, wabo? Defensively, I saw Ngezana, he was given the free role. He's one of the three centre backs, but yeah, he's that centre back. He can read the game. Let me try and intercept. When you have Mpatlele and Bale who are protecting Baring Okpe. But in terms of Okpe being there, Chiefs seem more they seem more sure of themselves defensively than when Kune is there. Kune, I've been saying, look, I don't mind Kune being flamboyant and all of that, ne? But I just feel he's a liability to the team. He's a liability.
Kune must rest.
But okay, coming to yesterday's game. Okay, let me start from Tuesday game. Chiefs first 45 minutes they played very well. So, but since all Tuesday game I didn't watch it the whole game. I was watching while I was happy with my Sundowns result. So I can't go back to that one. But I will say, for a few minutes that I watched that Tuesday game, they played very well. Yeah. Okay, coming back to yesterday game. Yesterday game, Chiefs played very well. First 45 minutes. It seems like Chiefs, they only have 45 minutes engine. Because second half, Chiefs was dead, guys. Yeah. First 45 minutes, they should have killed that game. They were all over Celtics. Yeah. They were all over Celtics. And then playing Ramatlompa as a centre back, it was very massive decision, guys. Because Mpatlele was marshalling the whole defense like he was my man of the match yesterday.
That's why Kelvin, every time, look, he made him captain. Yeah. And we know from Sundowns, Pizzo did the same thing. He played Mpatlele as a centre back. It works. So we can say this. Two of the top coaches in South Africa, when they see Mpatlele, they see a guy who needs to be in the starting lineup and a leader. And look, he's coming through the ranks. We know from the under 23 and all those. Mpatlele is that leader. And Kamkobulelang, when he was there, he was marshalling. And I think it was, even though the result might camouflage the way that Kelvin had set up this team, but I think the position that Kelvin has given Ngezane, it worked because Obonu Nonalmo Ngezane was even forward and crossing balls and in, so it was working.
For yesterday game, first half Kelvin got it right, but he only made one big mistake with Cardoso. He was supposed to play Dandia at that position, left back.
Wasn't Dandia?
I thought he was injured.
He was on the bench and he came late. Yeah. That guy is good, he's short, he can run, he can defend. He just needs the confidence, that's all. He should have played him on the left. So, first half, he played Cardoso as a left back, right? Celtic was not attacking because they had players like Mabena who was more relaxed. They had players like Potan, he was running all over but with no direction. They had players like Palan, he was more as a centre back than a DM, right? So, second half, they came with a different game plan. Maduga ball.
They were balling.
Realized that, okay, he saw the Chiefs' weakness, or okay, their left back is their weakness. Ne? He brought players and then he changed his system. Ne? He shifted more players to the left. If you can check second half, Celtics always had three players on the left-hand side where Cardoso was playing. That's where they killed Chiefs. Even the goal came from the same side.
Well, okay. We were speaking about Moroka Swallows. Now, Huiti, you remember, when we did our preview, Huiti asked a very good question saying, what will happen to Black Leopards because they lost Mapo Musonda? They seem like a team that's going relegation straight. Last season we can say, okay, Baluele, they came back. But you would think when a team that almost went to Glad Africa Championship would go
do more
quality players and try and make sure what happened last is we saw with Baroka. Baroka they went and reinforced.
And then with Maritzburg as well. Because Maritzburg the season before they were fighting relegation. Last season they were on top 4, right? Top 4, so as long as they were in that top 8.
So they went and fought. So now we see Black Leopards is struggling to score goals. And they're facing relegation. Now look, it's a good thing currently now we know they're leading against Moroka Swallows. But what did they do with that money, Yamuapu Musonda?
Good question.
Okay, for Black Leopard, I think their recruitment is poor. I'm saying this because they don't keep players for more than 2 seasons. They can go on market and get the quality player.
But why do you think that is?
Poor management. Like now, they signed that guy. Who's that guy? They even released him. He played only 2 games. There was a striker man. He was playing for Celtics, former Black Leopard player. They brought him back. Roger Nyundu.
That Edwin Jima situation. Otsamaile Edo Jima kadi playoff. Uwil benong Edo Jima. Lesedi Kapinga. A quality player who.
Even that boy who's at Swallows now, he scored against Chiefs. That guy was celebration.
Celebration,
you know that celebration.
But you know what? But now, I think management, Black Leopards is getting it wrong. You can't tell me just by 1 game. Even opposition supporters, when they look at Black Leopards, if they were to mention players, they would mention Mapo Musonda, they would mention Lesedi Kapinga, and then obviously you had, let's say, Ndlovu, the goalkeeper, Mudau. You had also
Tshepo. He went to Ugo TS Galaxy now. Tshepo. He was now part number 10.
You had Matlaba. So now, how can? But concentrating on Mapo Musonda, Lesedi Kapinga, how do you let go those top players from your team go and now you have nothing to show for it?
No, for Lesedi Kapinga, his contract expire, and then that time the contract expire. Big team was knocking on his door, bro. Leopard offered him a contract.
But that's why you know I say that. We saw normally business when you've got a top player and contract your fella, and that's why every time when you sign players, you sign a player with an option to extend, so that her contract fella. Why is it okay? A big team is knocking, you extend that 1 year. Why? For no, we want this player.
It's coming back to what I said. Their management is very poor, because I can say you can count for the past 4 years. How many players came to Leopard, played 1 season and go? The likes of Puso Pala, Nabargamango, Tabu Matlava. You have this boy Wongel. Like the list is too long, man. Like they don't have that thing of keeping players. They don't have that thing of keeping coaches. Because of that, management is interfering. That's the problem with management. Actually, this is not only Black Leopard. I'm from Limpopo. All those teams from Limpopo, they are doing this.
Even TTM.
I said all those teams.
All inclusive.
Even Baroka. They said even
Baroka's a little better though.
They are not better. They are not better.
Why?
Now remember they started the season well, and then they thought they've got it right, and then they even fired their coach, who saved them from the relegation. And then they give a coach that man has been ball.
Shot.
So they give that guy a chance. That guy, he won with the luck. And then you said, okay, we have got the coach now. Since that guy he signed, they gave him that permanent. He's been losing. He's been losing.
It's a more again.
He's been losing. The last game they won, it was against Maritzburg, 2-1. Ever since then, so it's going to.
I didn't say Moscadi.
Plus they come today, they leave tomorrow. I mean, Black Leopard is doing the same. They bypass this season, next season they are gone. Baroka, if you can check first 11 now Baroka this season, and then take last season first 11, you will tell me how many players are still there.
Limpopo get problems, but now Gordon Niggerson says Pirates are the challengers to what Mamelodi Sundowns is trying to do this season. Do we agree with that?
Why don't you agree with that? I agree with that.
Yeah, because the mentality, you can say, look, I think if anything, what worked against Pirates was the fact that they weren't winning anything. And now they won a silverware. Surely we can say, even this is exactly what Coach Pizzo did to Sundowns. He came, he changed the mentality, we won, and from there on it was a winning mentality.
Irvin, let's not be fooled by a preseason cup, guys.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying them winning the MTN 8 all of a sudden means Pirates will win the league. But winning a cup is winning a cup. Whether we can say it's a preseason cup, why Coach Pizzo or Mizula no pela bolela are anata or preseason cup or king because the car winning mentality.
On that one, I'm still.
I think you are touched because Sundowns has always failed to win that cup that they won.
No, not because of Sundowns. You check Pirates how they play. Like you don't see where they can challenge Sundowns. They don't have that fighting spirit. Man, Pirates, they've been playing against 10 men every day. And they're struggling to convince me. And then you come and tell me this team is going to challenge Sundowns. No way.
When is the next match? Yeah, Pirates and Sundowns next year, ne?
Bon, first game. First game of the year, Kaditu. So but look, now I can say Sundowns will win a game. It will win. But in terms of if we look at Molly King, Swallows, I'm a bit reserved because yes, they started well, they are there. But the question is, what's going to happen second half of the season? I think that's a big.
Now they are playing to collect more points so that they can be safe. Not that they will challenge. Let's not count on.
I think that they will finish top 8 if anything.
They just want to collect more points now early so that they know. In the league, once you have 30 points, you know you are safe. That's what they're trying to do. You collect more points early, and then next second round, 1 point is enough. At least you finish the league with maybe 40 something, and then okay, you can be on top 8. But what is important for Swallows now, they're playing for survival now, but be safe. So not all they will fight for a league.
But that's why I'm saying, apart from Swallows, if I look at in the league, which team, and also if I look at the quality as well, Pirates, they went and got quality players. They still have a quality squad, and even the way they play, you can say Zenbauer is a different coach to, let's say, Mangoba Lerolan. He initially, when he first came to the PSL, he was playing that all attacking football, but then now he's a bit more reserved. He's more defensively solid, and that's what I'm saying. We use the sayings that attack wins you games, but defense wins you a championship. So I think they should be not necessarily. I'm not saying they're going to win the league, but they will push Sundowns.
Okay, you say now he's more reserved, right? But they're still conceding. Man, that Pirates was not supposed to concede goals. Why? They bought Kaizer. They call him the best defender.
Captain.
And then they bought a goalkeeper. They call him the best. Man, how do you concede every game while you have the best? How do you concede?
But at least they win. To concede is unfortunate, but it matters whether they win or not. The 3 points or not.
Check Sundowns. We have a weak defense, but we are keeping clean sheet like nobody's business in the league. We are keeping clean sheet. And Sundowns, when they attack. They don't play. Pirates, they have everything. But you know the true coach is up there, guys, man. It's just a fix.
Benny is in the 18 area, or he's in the dugout. I don't know what you say.
KZN Usutu. He's the new coach for AmaZulu. Yeah.
That project is that project.
That project. No, guys, personally, I missed Benny McCarthy. No, I missed him.
Yeah, we missed him. But do you think? Okay, I'll take you. Let's say Benny. He's back. But now I don't see anything changing from AmaZulu.
The first game is today, no?
They're playing now.
They're playing now.
Look. I'll say this.
Watch out for Cape Town City, the dark horses.
Yeah, okay. Look, now we spoke about this. I love Cape Town City. The 4-3-3 formation, Tanzania, Dada, Bona. We saw against Leopards Sundowns, or Bona in general, even against Pirates. I think you know what's the problem. Before we go back to Benny, the problem I have with Cape Town City is that Cape Town City is like like why is it Bologo Strateng? We just attack. Defend but it's naive. When you are a team in the PSL, you need to acknowledge, or you know what, as much as you're good attacking, you need to consolidate your results. And what's happening is that Pirate, so CTC was winning, but the way they attacked as if and then Pirate equalize. I'm like, you should have known better. Pirate is playing on a transition. We saw that why are you being reckless like that? Keep the ball. You can have your possession, but don't be reckless in how you attack. Pirate must come at you, and this is the problem I have with Cape Town City. They're playing well. They're a good team to watch, but in the PSL it's about results, and they need to start collecting maximum points, on consistently, and they're not doing that.
Let's wait after 16 games. Then we will come back to this topic.
All right.
Usutu.
Now the thing is, here's the thing. Before Benny, I know there was speculation about Benny coming, and you had Dlamini who was running the. Now I always knew he was not the coach for AmaZulu going forward. Why? Sandile, every time he speaks, he always says, "Look, now I want top 4, and in the future I want AmaZulu to win the league. I'm going to invest." And obviously, if I say I want top 4, the players need to be quality. So I will buy players. And I think what he was doing, he was also covering himself as the chairman to say, Udlamini, I gave him all the players that he needs. And he still couldn't do the job. So when he demotes him, people are not going to be like, but Sandile this. But Udlamini is a homegrown coach from a Kaizer and all of that. So I think now Udlamini saw that. He's like, I'm stepping down because I'm not the right person.
Before it's too late.
Okay, Irvin, I have a question. Do you think Benny is a good coach?
He is a good coach.
Judging from what?
I'm not going to say he's the best coach. He's a good coach.
Okay. Give me the stats that makes you think, okay, Benny is good.
Hashtag Cape Town City.
Well, when he was coaching Cape Town City ended before Coach Jan. Cape Town.
It was his first team. Cape Town City was his first team.
Yeah.
And then Eric Tinkler was the coach there.
It was Tinkler, then McCarthy, then now it's Coach Jan.
Coach Jan and Eric Tinkler did a better job in the PSL compared to Benny. But we also know Guti, just like Benny brought the MTN8 to Cape Town City.
Okay, the same MTN8 that Benny brought, Tinkler won it and won even Telkom. So with the same squad, continue. And he also took the team to CAF. Continue now. That's why
Kerry. If we're gonna rank coaches, I'm not gonna rank Benny above Eric Tinkler. Yeah. Now I feel Eric Tinkler is a really good coach.
Yeah.
So I was even hoping that Tinkler. I know Gavin Hunt was the guy, obviously, for the Chiefs job. If it wasn't going to be Gavin Hunt, I was going to say Eric Tinkler because I know what Eric did at Orlando Pirates. So Eric is definitely a better coach than Benny. But like I said, Benny's a good coach. I'm not saying he is the best, but he's a good coach.
Fine, you say that, it's fine. But now, with that project in KwaZulu-Natal that we always hear about it. So, do you think Benny will achieve?
But Benny, he didn't go there alone. He went with Nombete and Monip Joseph.
Sandile Zungu is a billionaire, right? So I will say this. It's a possibility if Upeni, because Konamans Upeni ngishuka tungena, so he's dealing with the players that he's got. And they're quality players.
Yeah, quality.
But I'm sure Upeni next season will go in the transfer market and also try and get players.
That's if he lost that long.
I mean,
That's if he lost that long.
Remember what I can tell you within PSL, ne? Those players, they will respect you for the first few games.
Yeah.
After that, they will show true colors. Is Benny good enough to handle that? Because remember now, and I go Captain seat, he didn't have big players.
Ne? You know what he also had at Captain Singh? Benny complained or committees interferes with team selection.
Yeah.
So with Sandile Zungu, I don't see Sandile Zungu in. I mean, he's like a Motsepe.
How do we know?
Judging from so far.
Because remember, guys, he only had soft coaches. Now he has a big boy who's fine. So that one, he will talk, guys. He will talk. He will split the beans. So now I want to say, Zungu doesn't interfere now. Up until they will get a coach who will expose it. No one knew Coach John Commit interfere. How many coaches did they have? How many coaches left? But Benny came and told us what we didn't even expect. The same thing to Chiefs. We were all expecting Chiefs. Okay, Chiefs is a big team, is a big brand, and then they are running their team professional. Up until Kelvin Hunt come out and say, Nogovic is not injured. Nogovic has been training, and then boom. We start to hear Nogovic is having contract issues. So every house is leaking.
Okay. Okay, now we're closing it up now. We're freestyling now. We'll touch on agencies, name all these transfer talks. Even though the transfer window is closed, but somehow we're still hearing Bonokovic, they're not injured, Marashiva, Bateng, and we've got the Sereno situation. Even after the transfer window is closed, Sereno is still not on the bench. Yes, Sundowns. What is happening with this agency? Because do you think it's a power play by agent companies where they're trying to strong arm companies or clubs in this case for players to get certain things, or is there something more happening that we're not aware of?
It's a game, né? And in this game, it's about the agents, not the players. The players, they have been told, man, or we're not just relaxed. We're gonna deal with this matter. That's it. The players, they are being told. Alright, don't worry. We're not relaxed, man. They will give you money. You understand?
It's a power play.
The thing is, we are having agents who are undercovers, who are coaches, who are club what man. Like it's too much. It's too much drama.
It's a lot.
But now, okay, now you know when we look at the ethics of agents, I think it's clear when we can say, if we're now Kelvin, you are agent here, player A and player B and player C, you shouldn't use privileged information to privileged information here player A, go player B or player C. But they are doing it. We know that. It's happening. Should we then look at that and say, you know what? It's part and parcel of the game. We must just accept. Or do we think, you know what? No, it should change.
I don't know who has the power, but I think it needs to change somehow.
How?
Who will change it is the question, right? Man, I can take you back. I can even name one person. Mike Makapa. You know Mike Makapa? Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates fans, they hate him. Because most of his best players, he's taking them to Sundowns. If you can check, if one of Mike Makapa's player is free agent or it's on the market, Sundowns is always the top team to take him. The There is no team that will fight Sundowns to get a client who is under Mike Makapa and win.
Because I can't wait the percentage I create and go Sundowns or Emonat. So
this thing of players, Nogovic and Serino, it's not about the players, but the agents.
Taba Serino, it's a fella mar.
Serino English I TV. So, okay, tell me, Serino I TV English. But there were breaking news, go Laduma and all that, with interviews in English. No, you ask yourself, who made those interviews? Serino doesn't know English, but there were interviews. I can take you back to Silva. Remember that Silva? He wrote a love letter. That guy was not good in English, but he wrote a perfect love letter.
I think we know. There's a journalist I'm waiting.
Journalist and a soccer player from Mamelodi, you will figure it out. So I wonder what a guy that is. So it's the same thing with Serino. Serino doesn't know English. Serino, there are people who are using Serino now. That boy doesn't know English, but that boy doesn't know English, Mara. You see an interview in English. Serino is speaking perfect English. Got the interview there.
Out of the blue.
Like you don't ask yourself.
Okay. Now, 2020 Fedil.
Yes.
What can we, if we were to sum it up, we look at the last portion here, 2019-2020, and leave the new trailer. What can we say about the year 2020?
2020, man, I have nothing to say. It's a, what do you call it? It's a null. Void, null.
Null and void.
Null and void. Like,
Football-wise.
I didn't even enjoy it.
Why?
I only enjoyed Telkom because I was there. I was there. I experienced the vibe. Man, we won the league. I was home. We won Telkom and Netbank. I was home. I didn't even have chance to sing.
Go out and celebrate.
You know the feeling of singing Hagama Dorigis.
With the fans in the crowd, go stadium.
The players. So it's like 2020 and 2019, guys. Yes, we won, but the celebration was not good.
I still want to celebrate.
Do you you feel like something is still missing? Man. Like
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
Now for me, I can say this. 2020 has been an interesting year. The way obviously football is being played now with no fans, and it's strange for us just watching on TV and not being able to go to the stadium. But look, it is what it is. But we can commend obviously the teams, or they are displaying quality football on the field. There's competition there, and it was also interesting to see that teams that don't have that much support were performing well in the buyer bubble.
Yeah.
But now, I think things are back to normal now. The big teams, apart from Naturena team.
I'm done. My last words is, guys, let's drive safely and arrive alive. Don't drink and drive. Let's enjoy our Christmas and New Year. Let's meet again next year, guys. Ciao.
No, I agree with him. 2020, it was null and void. Yes, we got a treble, but I would have liked to celebrate with you guys. Go stadium, singing Hakamat Matorikisi, you know. Yeah. Now that the season has come to an end for the rest of the year, next week the CAF games begin. I'm looking forward to that.
It's a walk over that one. Don't worry.
Now I maintain, I would love to see Kaizer Chiefs, Pirates, Celtics, and Sundowns competing. It should be the norm. It should be the norm.
It's unfortunate because Naturena, they won't. Maybe 3, but Naturena boys, they will struggle. Man, you need money. You need quality players.
You need money. Let's start there.
To go there. You need quality players to go there. Naturena adi
zero.
Rain, apparently.
What? That's it from us.
That's it from us. It's the master tactician fan, Khoza Irvin. Look, you know what to do, Mus. Wabona iso mo fatshe mo or mo Labona. We are on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and turn on the notification. But
Yeah.
on a comment, rubuta wena kamkho, you utlile di points are in.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends to follow us.
Yes.
Tweet, like, comment,
Share everything. Repost.
I think as long as you want a button, you call it.
And criticize is fine, Maroska.
Yeah, look, you heard it from us. We're wrapping it up for the year 2020. But like Kelvin said, like Tshepo said, Kidi arrive alive. Please, let's not drink and drive. Are enjoying social distancing, sanitize. Toto man, Kidi vibe so, ra enjoy, re bletse bolo, humunate out.